it's gonna be harder to control. Relax. 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 Welcome in. Good evening. Relax. Relax. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. How you doing, sir? We are getting out the recycles and the compost, and 'tis that night. And Son's down there with the RC car doing that. How was your evening? Oh. Okay. Okay. Remus is spicing it up. Ready? Booger, be careful of those surfaces. Ah. Oh. You still with us there, Matt? I don't necessarily mean in a long-term sense. Hello, everybody. Hey, Gavin. But yeah. Yeah. Hurry up, though. Braden, appreciate you asking. That's Remus. He sort of does whatever Remus wants to do. But he's tethered up. We're just hanging out in the front. How are you today? Welcome in, Ken. How are you? Booger, do not step on it. So you're saying you spent an hour watering said lawn. You could have been caught in the downpour that we were caught in and saved yourself that hour. Please stop doing that. Braden, that's quite possible. We have rabbits and squirrels and sometimes coyotes, sometimes foxes. Do me a favor. Instead of whiskey throttling it, learn to go a little slower on the trigger and learn to steer. I'm not worried about the
I can-
scratches as much as I'm
No,
worried
I-
about you breaking it.
I can steer while whiskers rattling.
I keep hearing you hitting everything.
That's okay. I can make it all the way to Walnut Pathway.
There's a car coming, so do not. He has yet to master. Would you like to get the bundles, or would you like me to, and you take over the chat?
Don't want to. I'm very irritated right now.
With
This weekend, you're going to my mom's house with the truck and you're getting all your shit that's there.
I'm Why is the door still, baby? It's still too humid. All right. Now we're back and in the normal positions. So what did everyone have for dinner tonight? If you're US based. And I guess if you're in the West Coast, you may not have eaten yet. So then the question is, what are you going to have for dinner tonight? I bet you did. That happens to me all the time too when I'm watering the grass, the flowers, and everything else. She went to go get the bundles of brush. I gave her the option of eggs, ham, breakfast for dinner. A lot of people do that. I could do the eggs and ham for sure. Or sorry, the ham and waffles. I apologize. I personally, due to a food allergy, don't eat eggs. But son and mama eat eggs all the time. That's a good call out. You topping the waffles with anything? Whipped cream, fruit? What? Not Gojo is not here. Okay. I saw the comment and I actually already used it on at home because we thought it was going to rain again, but it looks like it's going to hold off. But I saw that, Matt. That was solid. I like that one. Baby, don't stack them like that. They're going to think they're too big. Either just put them next to it. Just put one next to it. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. I like that one as well. Hey, Booger. Matt asked if you know that a waffle's just a pancake with abs. Son thought it was funny.
Well, what? Waffles are much better.
Ooh, son's got a hot take that waffles are the superior of the two.
You never really get waffles. Here, I'm gonna see if Gojo's in. Well,
Okay,
hold on, you can have it right now.
that's fine. If you're gonna do that, just
I-
chill in there, but be in earshot because
Take your car.
yeah, take your car in because
I
I
was gonna come out.
don't because I just got bit like 4 or 5 times. Berries and strawberry and syrup on your waffles. It sounds like mama waffles.
And
Whipped cream. Yes, I know. For you, always whipped cream.
whipped cream on anything makes it better.
Is he stuck?
Yes, get out of there. Hey,
He has no respect for those bushes. No respect at all.
Hey, get out of there!
So how about you, Matt? What are you having for dinner?
Get over here.
Mama not happy with Remus.
Huh?
Said Mama's not happy with Remus. Bird's Eye Vala garlic chicken vegetable mix. Is it good? Do we have those? Like the Bird's Eye like mixes? It sounds like it'd be good. Garlic chicken vegetables. Revolting! Brayden, you can't yuck somebody's yum.
You said revolting.
No, Brayden. It's as long as Matt enjoyed it, we support it. I don't know about mixing in the hot dogs, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that I'd mix in hot dogs with the chicken and veg. But again, we don't yuck other people's yum. So if you liked it,
No.
I'm more of a purist when it comes to hot dogs. I mean, I like it in a bun, and I like it either chili cheese dogs, which is my exotic version, or the way we locally top it. That's my preferred method. Yeah, I gotta find those. I mean, I'm always down for vegetable mixes. Is there chicken in the vegetable mix, or is it just like seasoned with like a chicken-based sauce? And if you had it with Costco hot dogs, did you get the vegetable mix from Costco, or did you get the vegetable mix from somewhere else? I have so many questions. Strawberries in your yard, Brayden? Because we have strawberries in our yard as well. So are you asking why your strawberries are disappearing in your yard? Because if they're disappearing from your fridge, it's likely friends and family. If it's from the yard, more often than not, it's birds. Believe it or not. The second most likely culprit is some sort of other rodent besides a rabbit, typically squirrels or raccoon, possum, something like that. Not necessarily the rabbits. Rabbits prefer the green, so they prefer leafy stuff, not necessarily fruits. So yeah, a lot of times you need our strawberry gardens are along like the side of the house, or they're more in the wide open, and because of that, the birds don't come at them very much. But bird netting, and they sell it at hardware stores. It's the best thing you can get to protect your strawberry garden. And in fairness, sun's usually out there eating them as they come in, so there's never enough to really do anything with. I gotta dump that bucket. Just look at Remus for a second.
You what?
Don't hit this. Put your hands on the side. There you go. I said I gotta dump this bucket. It's like 2 inches of steam.
Remus, come here.
Is it pirates or not pirates? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because we have a Costco membership, so if the mix and the kit is good and they sold it there, we'd definitely check it out. But we'll look for it at our local grocery store. I just don't know about mixing the chicken and the hot dogs. Well, there you go. That's like I was saying, Braden. It's probably a different rodent. The bunnies like the green, so they'll attack like when you first plant your cucumbers, your zucchini, your peppers, your. They don't mess with nightshade items, so like no tomatoes, nothing like that. But yeah, they like young, just sprouted greens, so leaves. Yeah, they eat mama's pansies. When we first started growing a cherry tree, a cherry blossom tree, in the back, they were chewing on the new growth that would always come out of it. So they pretty much stay away from the fruits or the vegetables themselves and really attack the leaves. But the possums make sense.
Here. No. No. Come here.
He didn't even flinch in your don't go in there. He took what you said and said ha ha ha. Do you got dogs by chance, Braden? Because another thing you can do, as dumb as it sounds, is if you brush them, you can put the dog hair in and around the gardens, and that can help deter some of the rodents because they'll get a whiff of the dog, and it'll be like the dog marked the area. So, man, if I'm rereading that, can you legally cook possums? I think you can. I've been to a critter fry before where they had all sorts of stuff. They had squirrel, they had, I think possum was there. Um, I don't think you can like legally sell it in the grocery store, but if you hunted it, I think you could. There's nothing illegal about cooking whatever you hunt, if that makes sense. I can't vouch for its taste, though. We do have a cook and eating channel. I mildly did, Matt. So what I was asking on that is, I think it read that there's noodles in there. What kind of vegetables is in the vegetable mix? He's waving to you and you didn't wave back. Who's he waving to then? Remus is very intrigued. Oh, that's called direct exhaust. Look at Joel. You're a pretty boy. He's all treated up. Baby. Broccoli, corn, carrots, garlic seasoning. Sounds like a solid combo. That kind of be like right up Ding Dong's alley. Noodles, broccoli, corn, carrots, garlic seasoning. Oh, there he goes.
Hey. Yes. No barking.
Hello, Bod. How are you, sir? We were just discussing what Matt had for dinner. If Braden's still here, we were discussing what Braden had. How about yourself? What'd you have for dinner tonight? Does he not have one of the cans? Is there a can out there or no? The storm earlier today didn't have a whole lot of thunder or lightning. It was mainly a downpour, but thankfully Remus doesn't get scared. I'll be honest with you, I don't know that we've had a cat recently that got scared, but I did when I was growing up. Cats usually take it better. Sometimes they go like under the bed or someplace like that, but yeah. You were part of the discussion, Matt. Were you watching anything good, Bod, when you fell asleep? Breaded mushrooms, garlic dip, 2 chicken Kievs, sweet corn, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this. Dauphinos potatoes? I enjoy thunderstorms myself. In fairness, Matt, is there any better person to talk about than yourself? So, must have been a good conversation then, right? So now that I completely butchered the pronunciation of those potatoes, you got to tell us what those potatoes are and what's in them. And did you make the Kievs or were they purchased? Because we've only made Kievs like 2 or 3 times. Every other time it's been a purchased product. Okay. You got them from Costco. They're a heck of a lot easier when you buy them. I can tell you that much. Yeah. Yeah, he's a Costco guy. Remember I asked him how much the hot dogs are in the UK, and he said $1.50. But it's $1.50 in pounds. We talked about this already. Like the Sam's and the Walmart thing, they partnered with like a store that's there. Like I forget the name of the local like store. Mama doesn't remember anything. But that $1.50 is $1.50 in pounds sterling, so it's about $2.25. Which is still a steal for a hot dog and a pop. We do, and we are members of both only because we forgot to cancel our Sam's and it was on auto renew. We still use it, so. Oh, okay. Because we like to dumb everything down here in the Americas. We call that scallop potatoes. No, that's all gratin. Scallops are like the white cream sauce with sliced taters. And then you top it usually with a little bit of chive to really fancy it up. It's exactly what we call scallop potatoes. Bod uses some name that I can't pronounce. You gotta.
Dumbledore potatoes or something correct like that.
You pronounce it then.
Daphnois. Daphnois?
That I got. But I said Dauphinois. But Bod's probably on the other side of this, like, stupid Americans. Dolphin noise. I'll go with that. So,
Phonetically still sound
yeah.
it out. Spell it out.
You know, if someone was around and Matt would get a kick out of this, I'd be like, are we going to have some of those potatoes? Because that'd be dolphin noise. So you can go ahead and clip that. You got a severe thunderstorm watch. All right. I don't know where you're located, Braden, but are they expected to be bad? I know a watch is a grade below a warning, but are they coming? I agree. That's why folks here in the States we just change it to scallop potatoes. I'll defer to Matt's judgment on this because Matt's from the land of the potato, so at least as far as America's potatoes go. As long as they taste good, you can call them whatever you want. That's my opinion on stuff like that. He's looking very regal tonight. Until he starts sniffing the air. We're talking the potatoes that Bod had, and you're in potato country, so you have the, as far as this conversation goes, stateside, you had the potato market cornered. So what were you watching, Bod, before you fell asleep? Anything good? And did you wake up with the TV still on? Because that's something that Mama does, and then she yells to turn off the TV, even though there's a sleep timer button right on the remote. Oh, what was that? Is that a crow or a blackbird? Because it's almost that time of year where those stupid blackbirds come here. Those are grackles. Yeah, I figure this grass is pretty damp and cold, right?
Grass is what?
Pretty damp and cold, right?
Probably.
Dog's just all sorts of in it. He's like, whatever. With this handkerchief. People by U-Bod dress up their dogs in like Union Jack handkerchiefs and stuff at the holidays. Or are we the only dorks that do that?
People love their animals. I'm sure they do all of
Yeah, but the animals gotta want to participate too, and our dog loves like clothing and accessories. Hey Matt, near you, you asked if we had Costco and Sam's. Do you guys got Menards? Because I think we were talking about this when we were talking about the your furnace filter. And did that ever get worked out? Okay. I didn't know if they made it out by you yet. I assume they will one day. It's a, I'd say it's a competitor of Lowe's and Home Depot, but yeah, Mama likes it a whole lot more. It's similar but different. Like they have a grocery section. It's just it,
part of the store.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar but different. So it's got a lot of the same stuff. It's got a lumberyard, appliances, stuff like that. But then it's also got furniture and like it's just kind of different. Is the best way I could say it. You did smell it right though. If you're into NASCAR, Paul Menard is the son of the guy that founded the company, and then Menard's Racing. So if you've ever seen Menard's on the cars and different stuff, that's the store, that's the company. I think I either ran Bod off with the potato talk or he fell back asleep.
Boring.
Well, seeing that it's 2 a.m., probably a good life choice, anyways. Jean-Luc Menard, Bod's still here. I don't think that's the same. So, but I could be totally off. That could be the founder's name, the Menard stores. But now you're probably going to tell me that that's some sort of like admiral from Napoleon's navy or something like that, and I just completely dropped the ball. There you go, Matt. Glad it worked out. It's odd that that's such a unique size, though. You should have seen if you could have grabbed an extra one from him while he was there. You know, maybe since he was already doing the cleaning. If he didn't already, or if they didn't, leave you an extra one.
That
What are you doing, buddy? Hi. 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 You're a good boy. There you go. Worked out well then. Buy you some time to see if you can find them anywhere online or some supply house or some store somewhere, or maybe even just drop into one of the hardware stores. You know, Ace is really good about stuff like that. So if you got an Ace by you, or even a True Value, if one still exists by you, like telling them you need a specific size, and they can make sure that they have it on hand in the store. Welcome in, Mike. How are you? Well, I'm glad you did. We're not hard to find. We go live a couple times a day, but appreciate you. I'm not gonna lie, Mike, unless the name changed, give me a reminder, a hint, a clue. You talking for the for our refuse collection, Bod? Oh, we're gonna play with the soccer ball today. There we go. Good job. We haven't done this in a hot minute.
Where'd they get that one from?
Oh, it's in the garage. Uh-oh. Is it too far? No, you got it.
He tricks me up.
How far of a drive is that for you, Matt?
Back here.
Oh, how you doing, Nick? Yeah, I do remember that. What made you change the name? Oh, what'd you hear? The radar ear went up.
It's in the other yard. Leave it alone.
That's not too bad then. I mean, if it was out of the way or, you know, a long drive, that could be a pain. But there's got to be something else you can do in Boise as well. Yeah, so in fairness, we have, and this is to Mike. I completely understand how the full name works. That's why I haven't called you Mike. I was talking to the two other gentlemen that are carrying the conversation here as well. That we've had a few since we've gotten more people in the lives here and there. We've gotten to people that have come in. I wouldn't say trolling. I'd say just with inappropriate heat that we've had to put in timeout. We try not to boot people, and the question had come up of like, why not ban them and why not, report and stuff like that. And I say sometimes, I get trolling. It can be fun. You can have fun with it. I like to have fun back. But when you're just being rude or malicious, that's when I put you in timeout. And I also, so I give people a chance. They come back in and do it again. That's where, if they've taken it too far or make it something it shouldn't be. But I definitely know we've had some good ones and some fun in the past, and you were definitely one of them. It makes me laugh thinking back to it. One of the ones that we've had fun, good conversation with in the past, that they knew what they were doing, I knew what they were doing, and so they respected that instead of like then got spicy and just started saying stuff that was inappropriate. Yeah. But his new name, because remember a few times with the ones we've had, I said, make the name a little less like, yeah. And so the new name is first name Mike. And the last name. Did you have to think about it for a second? Okay. Wait, chicken and ham crispy pancakes for a snack? So the dinner was Kiev's and dolphin noise potatoes, and I'll be honest with you, on our side of the screen, Mike, the pictures are like this big. They're so tiny. One of the people that's here all the time, I don't even know what it is. Their name is Gojo. I thought it was a storm cloud with 2 lightning bolts. Apparently it is not. I can tell that Matt's is a dog, and I think Bod's, I think, I'm gonna let Mama see it first. But I think I know what that is.
I can see a dog.
And that's Mabel, so that's Matt's, like a rendering of Matt's lab.
That looks like a person.
I think Bod's is, hey you guys. That's what I think it is. That's what it looks like to me.
It's so small.
Okay, I got you, Mike. I appreciate you. But okay, so Bod, first you gotta confirm or deny if I'm right on your picture or avatar or whatever we want to call it. And then number 2 is, when does the chicken and ham crispy pancakes come in as a snack? Is that like pre-dinner, post-dinner? Like what time is dinner for you, local time? And then when do you have that item as a snack? And where does Salisbury steak come from? Because take care, Mike. Good seeing you again, sir. I could get down on some Salisbury steak.
It's like a Swedish meatball flat.
Yeah, but the Swedish meatballs have that like whitish brown gravy because it's got like a sour cream in it. Salisbury steak is usually a dark gravy, and a lot of times it's topped with onions and mushrooms, which is that's tasty stuff. Have that with some mashed taters and some green beans, you're in business. Okay, I got like 4 questions outstanding for Bod. So Bod had asked about the... Okay. Bod had asked about hanging off the side, the bin men. And I don't know that I got a follow-up when I was asking if he was talking about our garbage trucks. And then I got the crispy chicken and ham question outstanding. And then, is that Sloth from Goonies? Those are my 3 outstanding questions. I think we're fully up to speed and on the same page, Matt, with everything. My guy? Toss him his soccer ball. That's what he wants you to do. Stop scaring him. Yeah, we.
No, no.
So I'm glad yours are coming in. Ours are growing like champions, but not a whole lot of fruit, not a whole lot of flowers, a whole lot of leaf grows. So I'm still on our tomato.
Flowers.
On our tomato?
Oh, I think
No, the pumpkins are crazy. I've used that one. I totally forgot several times, Matt. Several times. Several times. I like that one. Oh, found a little stick. Come here, dork. You've completely wrapped yourself up. There you go. There you go.
I think he's got front line on this thing.
I don't know if I told you this one before. I think I heard this one on a walk. But what did the grape say after it got stepped on?
Something about wine.
Yeah, nothing. Just let out a little wine. That's a good one. I don't get why Remus never laughs at any of these.
You don't find that funny? You don't find that funny?
It's damp out here. What is there that he's searching for? I just don't want him to like bust into full digging mode.
What's that?
Guy knocked on Matt's door today asking for a donation for the local swimming pool.
Yeah.
Matt said he'd help him out and went and grabbed him a glass of water. You got a smirk and an eye roll out of that one, Matt. You know who that is. That the neighbor.
That Mr. Ziegler? That Mr. Ziegler?
He gave you a hot dog once. Yeah.
And they probably still bark at him.
You see our fairy garden that's still in here? Little poor gnomes are. It's now a forest.
They're so cheap. They're probably gonna just
No worries, Matt. I'd rather hear it more than once than not hear it at all. So I appreciate you. Are you serious, Bod? Yeah, I have like 3 outstanding questions for you. I thought we were being ignored. I thought you fell back asleep. Bod went back to the beginning of the
Beginning of the
live, I
live?
think. And then Matt, did I share this one with you? Because I have heard it, but I think I said it in the car once, but it's a good one too. I got to remember this one. I asked my doctor if I could sew up my own wound.
I had him in stitches or something like that.
He
Like,
said, suit yourself.
oh yeah.
So the three I had for you about if you're back on live real time is number one, you asked about like bin men, and so I assume you're talking about like our garbage men with the cans that we have, right? And then number two is I asked about, you had talked about chicken and like crispy chicken and ham pancakes or something for a snack. And I was wondering, when is that snack? Is it before or after dinner, or is that like a lunch? There was a third one.
Is that small?
Oh yeah, your avatar or emoji or whatever you call it, the little picture for you, is that sloth? Like from Goonies? Is that, you know? Hey you guys. Okay, after dinner snack. What's this? I'm lost on the Salisbury steak. For the bins, um, the I'll actually go show you. Oh, there's a grenade in the yard where that gets mowed. It is. It's baby sloth. I told you I could tell me some sloth. Rimas, that's a smoke bomb. Yes. Mama's mom, so grandma makes those all the time. It's basically diced potato, some sort of soup. She'll know when I get back. Ton of cheese topped with cornflakes is the way she makes it. So this is our compost one, so that's why the leaves are on it. And then it's just filled with yard trimmings. But this little hook right here, that's on all these. What ends up happening is the trucks come along and they have an which word? Because I'm probably butchering it on purpose. If I'm not, please tell me. But which word? But it has like a pneumatic arm that comes in, grabs it like this, and then just lifts it and dumps it into a hopper. Oh, Salisbury steak. I purposely say Salisbury. If that's what you meant. But yeah, it's one driver with and he drives on the correct side of the road for like UK standards, but in the US, wrong side of the road, because he drives so that way he's basically within arm's reach, because he'll have to hop out. For example, when the truck that gets the compost material, the guy will have to hop up to grab these two bins, and then he'll put the pneumatic arm on, pull that into the hopper. So yeah, that's that. And then the big hopper's out in front of the truck, and then it goes over the top and goes into the compactor area. I did know that, Bod. I swear to you. But yeah. Hi, buddy. Let's keep the grenade out of the grass. But it still leaves the question remaining of why do we keep talking about Salisbury steak? Stop. It's not a toy. It's a firework, dude. And most people in the U.S. you should hear how they say Worcestershire sauce. That's how I officially pronounce it. So that could be right or wrong, but Worcestershire is how I say it. A lot of people they butcher the heck out of that word. Funeral potatoes and fry sauce is more of a... Okay. Yeah, there is it's a big... So where I'm from, depending on where you're at, you call it something different. But In Minnesota, for example, they call it hot dish. It's just essentially casserole country. So that's what the Midwest is. So we call it casserole or potluck. Minnesota calls it hot dish. Um, Wisconsin primarily calls it potluck and not casserole. Oh, I thought that guy was actually gonna do a wheelie.
He's a wheelie.
No, it was a little tiny guy. I keep expecting the way he keeps revving it to do like a legit one.
I think he's
Hey.
practicing.
All right, so Bod calls it casserole.
Hey, Remus.
That I knew as well, Bod. I did. Yeah, see, Matt Worcester sauce. I've heard wash your sister sauce. I've heard everything, but I call it Worcestershire or Worcestershire, either way. So funeral potatoes. That's like frozen diced potatoes. What's
Hash brown, cream of
hash brown, cream
mushroom soup,
of mushroom soup, onion, tons of cheese.
tons of cheese,
Cornflake.
soaked in butter,
Okay, cornflakes and butter, and then baked.
and butter inside the kit. There's a lot of butter in it. They're so good.
Yeah, that guy's over there in that street now. We call those dirt bikes. Those are typically not on the street here in the U.S. They can be licensed, but they're typically not on the street. If there's cheese on top, it's a casserole. Again, like I said, we typically call it casserole, a casserole dish, potluck. Potluck's more what you bring it to,
What
be-
do you say? Do they
because
call it
everyone. I was just explaining what we call anything like that, like a concoction in one pan baked. In Minnesota, they call it a hot dish. It just depends where you come from in the Midwest. But Midwest is a big casserole, hot dish, potluck community. If you can throw it in one pan, throw it in the oven, or throw it in a crock pot and let it go all day, Midwest loves it. The term you used, Matt, is what we call like Kawasaki Ninjas, like basically the speed bikes where you have to lay down more to ride them. So yeah, I understand. I'm trying not to say the one word in the live. Are these prospective people moving in? I'm just trying to figure out what the neighborhood's like. Chicken and red wine casserole. Never heard of that one, bud. Come to think of it, most of our casseroles or dishes, there's not a ton of chicken ones. For whatever reason, it's usually some sort of hamburger meat or beef, or for whatever reason, tuna. I guess there is chicken ones. I'm just not the hugest chicken guy because there's what I call hillbilly chicken surprise, but chicken Devon. There's
chicken Devon needs to be loved. It's spice. Maybe it's Jima's, but
no, it's gross.
it's not.
Yes, it is gross.
It's gonna cook
I mean, exactly, bud. Whatever you feel like in there. Now that's why I'm a fan of cooking in a crock pot because I can put in a chuck roast and then sort of add any veg I want to it, add any seasoning I want to it, and just let it roll for 8 to 12, and dinner's done. You can turn that into sandwiches. You can turn that into a main dish. You can turn that into... God, you can turn that into just about anything. What? Oh, now they're finally... What? Upload it to your videos. We actually have both, a slow cooker and a crock pot. So different.
No slow cooker.
Yes, we do. It's in the box in the basement. Seeing that you can't boil water, what do you know? But Rival, that company makes the slow cooker. The benefit of the slow cooker is it's metal and it comes on a heating pan that you can take off and you can move your pot to the stove. The crock pot doesn't have that advantage. However, it's more consistent heating because the whole crock carries the heat, whereas with the slow cooker, it's really on the bottom. I like them both though.
Your mom is the slow cooker.
Correct. My mom is a definite fan of the slow cooker versus the crock pot. 100%. What's everyone's take on corned beef hash? Because I just, speaking of going to Sam's, just went to Sam's and I had a taste for it. And so, of course, I bought like 12 cans of it.
Dog food.
Bod and I are talking about crock pots and slow cookers. And Matt's like, yeah, I got a microwave, so there. I don't know. Is it bragging to say we have a microwave too? I'm gonna say you can get rid of all of it. If you only had one kitchen utensil gadget, get an air fryer. God, I use my air fryer. Seriously, no lie. Once a day. I use that thing all the time.
Hey.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not following that, and that could be totally on my end, so I apologize. Just watched a government U.S. confirmed a 1,000-foot disc.
Hey. Stop it. There's a cat over there. Look at that.
What is with all these creepers? Oh, appreciate you. They're bundled and ready to go. So, yeah, thank you. Matt, if you can, I'm telling you, get one. Even if it's a cheapo, even if it's, get one. I used to use a toaster oven a ton. And then we got an air fryer. And I'm telling you, for heating leftovers, doing anything, it is so the way to go. So much so that I'm on my third air fryer because my first one, I just bought a cheapo to try it out, and I liked it so much that I bought a better one, and in fairness, I burned it up. And then I ended up on my third one, which is actually, in my opinion, pretty swanky. It's a nice one. Is it supposed to rain again?
I don't know.
I thought it was supposed to hold off, and the temperature just dropped, and it got grayish pretty quick here.
I don't think it's supposed to.
Well, it wasn't supposed to before, and it rained buckets. Oh, yeah, the other question I had for Bod was, what were you watching when you fell asleep? Anything good? But Bod was replaying the video from the beginning. Didn't hear me. I told you he went back to the beginning. Probably because he's half asleep watching live at 2 a.m. You're 100%, Matt. That is dead sure. And it also takes things to the next level. So a lot of stuff that I'll reheat, I'll start, because of how a microwave works for cooking purposes is it cooks from the inside out. And so I'll take the chill off on the inside and then finish it in the air fryer to cook it the right way. They are just such awesome and versatile tools. Irresponsible Captain Taylor. Anime goofy kid becomes a space captain. Okay. Can't say I've heard of it. Is that like a Adult Swim type deal? I don't know if you guys have Adult Swim. That's like Cartoon Network, basically. Anytime after, I think, like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
What?
Wasn't necessarily relative to you. Not in a bad way, but it was about the show that Bod was watching. But now might not. Dubbed anime 1988. Okay. Well, that's older. Okay. Matt, now might not be the worst time ever. I'm not assuming you have Prime, but a lot of the other places, whether it be Walmart or Target, the other stores, they try to match the Amazon Prime deal days, and right now is Prime Days. And so if you were in the market for a very cost-effective air fryer, now might not be the worst time to give it a peek. Otherwise, wait for Black Friday, because they basically subsidize those things at Black Friday. Bod was saying he could list all the stuff that you can make in an air fryer, kind of like Bubba lists all the versions of shrimp. But then he asked, he did ask, speaking of Forrest Gump, what generation does Forrest Gump belong to? Mama's thinking. The baby boomer? No. He's from Jenny. Get it? Hope I delivered that good enough for you, Matt. The Sorcerer, 1977, Roy Schneider. I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar with that one either. I tried to get Mama and Son to watch Labyrinth the other night.
No.
That wasn't happening. Yeah, I can definitely say ours is not stainless. Ours is black with a non-stick interior.
Seriously, how much grease it pulls out of stuff too.
I'm gonna guess, Bod, that that's from the Sorcerer. Either that or Bod's also currently watching Hocus Pocus, because it sounds like what they make their witch's brew out of. I tried to convince him, and then Mom even said, "This is a Jim Henson movie." I said, "Yeah, there's Muppets in it. They're not like the Muppets you may know. They're a little darker, but it's a great movie."
Leave it. Leave it alone.
I'll be honest with you, Bod, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. No lie. So I don't recall the songs in it. I know Bowie's the one that's the main character and sings all the songs, so I know the songs were done well. Hey, come here. Remus, we're okay. Come. Now. Remus. Good boy. Come. The other one I was trying to remember that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head that I liked a lot as a kid. It was a Tom Cruise movie, believe it or not. And it was like a fantasy based movie. Oh, it's going to drive me nuts. But it was about the same time that Labyrinth came out. Oh, and I'd like to rewatch that movie. It's going to drive me nuts. I have to look it up so I have it prepared for the next time we die. Come on! Yeah, from the 80s. Legend! Bod got it. To this day, if I don't lead a good, clean life, that is the image of who I anticipate I would meet. To this day, that image is like etched into my brain. God, that's such a good movie. I mean, it might be terrible now, but growing up, I loved that movie. That's in the same time period. Like Labyrinth came out around then, Goonies came out around then, Legend came out around then, Karate Kid came out around then. Yes, Bod, exactly. And that dive from the tree into the water. Oh, dude. Good stuff. I gotta watch that now.
I'm not fighting it.
I think I own it.
Why do you keep barking? Stop.
85. That makes sense. Remus, we're okay.
Stop it.
So yeah, I was much younger than Son when that movie came out. And again, that's relative to much younger because Son's not very old. So even being a couple years younger than him is much younger because it's a good percentage of the time period. Did we lose Matt with movie talk? Is he growling with the ball in his mouth? He's a dingbat. Okay. So that puts you as a couple years older than me. Not a ton. What did one plate say to the other plate? Dinner's on me. Again, eye roll and a smirk out of that one. It was a more legit smirk. We're okay. Come. Remus, come. Come. He just doesn't listen to you, dude.
He doesn't. I like it.
Relax. We're okay. We're okay.
He listened to you for 1 second.
Okay, he still came when I told him to come.
Get over here. Come here.
Okay, so
Stop.
I don't know your age, and I'll never ask outright. But I presume that you at least had access to movies in the time period we're talking about. So the question I have for both of you guys is, generationally,
Remus,
do either of you watch Stranger Things, or have you watched Stranger Things?
gonna go inside.
In fairness, we're all going inside in a couple minutes. It's almost 8:30. Oh. You can't stand up after you start the Papa Wheelie.
Hey, Remus, stop it. Get over here. Come here. Come here. Stop. Knock it off. Stop it. Remus,
Sorry, we're having issues here with the dog. I apologize. I'll get caught up in the chat. I promise.
come here. Get inside.
Uh,
Come here. You can't step far till you go inside. Just the way it's gonna be. Go.
all right. He just got booted. Okay. So when you say, okay, here we go. Okay, never ending story. There you go. And I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna be like, wait, you're just talking fantasy movies. That's the one where they ride the big white dog, right?
Yeah,
In the sky.
I think so.
I'm not gonna lie, that dog creeped me out as a kid.
And
it was like albino Clifford. Okay, so Mama confirmed that was right. Bod, you're saying the first season was hold on, I'll get to you in a second, Mike. The first season, or you said series, but the first season of Stranger Things you didn't like after that?
oh, I like Stranger Things.
Oh, I thought they were all good. I really
got
did.
into that stuff.
Yeah, I had to sell Mama to watch it because it's about the 80s, and then she ended up falling in love with it.
You gotta watch it again because it's
So Mike, you're saying you got 5 people to say, say the full name. And did you get one ban just because they said your name, or did you get a ban because you said something that they didn't like? And then Matt, Stranger Things, it's a Netflix series. You can get it because we own at least the first season on DVD. So you can, even if you don't have Netflix, I think if like your library checks out DVDs and stuff, you can check it out. But it's a combination of sci-fi, horror, and a time period piece set in the like the wheelhouse of the 80s. So if you got that many people to say it outright, you're doing your job and you're using a deeper, better name that catches people off guard. Like I said, I always proof. So that's how we got to know each other originally, because I won't do that, but
someone will get you one day. Someone.
it's bound to happen. But there was one in here the other day that came into a live on the morning commute. The name was like this long, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read this like 4 or 5 times to make sure. It was like Mario plays Minecraft. I'm like, what? Like that cannot be a
I
name.
wish, because I remember you saying.
I heard something about the Twitter or X or whatever you call it CEO for sure. So they accused you of being a divorced 34-year-old that has to get back to work, or they were the divorced 34-year-old that had to get back to work. Yeah, there's people working on popping wheelies. Settle down. I heard that he had to resign or got fired because he said some pretty inappropriate things, but then denies saying it. And technically didn't say it, he wrote it because it was on Twitter or X or whatever the heck it's called. I'm not gonna lie, we started an account there once upon a time, and that place is... Oof, that place is the Wild West. Hey, Phoenix! How was church study? Or, yeah, correct? Well, Mike, like I said, as long as the name isn't derogatory to any groups, you're welcome here, and you know you got a safe place. I'm just not going to say the name, and I don't advise anybody else in the community to say the name. But I was a young, imprudent lad once upon a time. And if you ever followed behind me on Halloween, you followed a trail of smashed pumpkins and snarky shaving cream drawings on people's vehicles and stuff like that. So I get it. And in fairness, a little bit of me on occasion. I'd like to have a little fun still. But the dad in me says I have to set an example. And the gray in my hair and beard says you've aged out of that. Yeah. So Phoenix, no, nothing bad happened at all. So I'm glad you enjoyed the study group. Um, do you guys, as weird as it sounds, do you guys get snacks there? Because we've had a lot of food conversation tonight. So I'm just wondering if you guys get snacks there, what kind of snacks do you get? Um, we only sent a couple, and in fairness, all we were trying to use it for was to post our videos so you could like post them in a different environment to see if that would help with traction. Because the one thing we struggle with is getting people to watch any long form content. So that must say something about our long form videos. Nonetheless, that's the only reason we did it. And man, the stuff that we got and that was out there in our feed and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, never mind. We're just gonna shelve this. Once upon a time, we had an Instagram too. I mean, we still have it, but I can't figure out since I can't figure out the life of me how to use Instagram. All right, Mike, you enjoy again. I know I already said peace out to you, but peace out second time around. Phoenix, I do have fun. I do stupid stuff here and there. But at the same time,
He's a crappy old man.
yeah, I can be. So I gotta do it in doses and sneak a little in here and there. It's dinner time. Okay, what are you having for dinner? Let us know that. And Matt is very much an anomaly in many ways. He doesn't like movies, music that's popular with the peers. He likes Yanni and that type of music, and like home improvement shows. I own the entire home improvement series, so
Home Improvement, no. Is he talking about Home Improvement the show? Or is he
yeah.
talking about Home Improvements like This Old
No,
House?
no, he said he likes home improvement and shows. So if we're talking about home improvement, I own the entire series. If we're talking about This Old House, we watch that constantly. So we do both. So I guess if you're the anomaly, we're the riddle, because we, I'm gonna pun intended, because it's Dad and Son do it all. We do it all. Um, so the movies, the music, the different stuff. Never had anything ever. WhatsApp. Oh, okay. So WhatsApp, Mama and Son use that like when people travel. They use WhatsApp. I don't have it, so you got rid of Facebook a few years ago. Funny thing is, we don't officially have Facebook. I created a Dad and Son one, um, again as a cross promotion to put our videos out somewhere, and especially with the haunted house stuff we do, we are creating content for for like the haunted houses we went to visit and stuff like that. And they're all like, "Oh, just post it on our Facebook page." And I was like, "I don't know how to do that." So they're like, "Well, you just go into your Facebook and then leave it on our page and we'll approve it on our page." And I'm like, "I don't have the Facebook." So I created a Dad and Son Do It All Facebook page, but
You can market it.
it's not maintained very much, and so I only use it occasionally to connect with people that we have created content for or with. Hopefully that makes any sense at all. But we've never ever ever had a personal one ever. Mama, myself, or Son. ever in the history of mankind. This is Phoenix. Phoenix is challenging Matt to a dad joke showdown. I think Bod started it off, unless that's not a joke. Bod said he told my kids they can be anything they want when they grow up, as long as it's not taller than me. I found out that the wife is really a ghost. She's always been very transparent with me. Why did the whale blush? Because it saw the ocean's bottom. My kids call it.
Saw Phoenix's.
No, that was those two were Matt. Bod's was the one with the taller.
Matt's ready. He's got his notebook or whatever. He's handy.
Bod said my kids call it helicopter parenting, but I prefer to think of it as surveillance with love. Matt said my girlfriend broke up with me when she found out I had nine toes. She must have been lactose intolerant. Why couldn't the produce manager, this is Phoenix, why couldn't the produce manager make it to work?
Oh, I don't know.
He can drive, but he didn't have avocado. Have a car, though. So, avocado. Avocado.
I got it.
I went to a silent auction. Still Phoenix.
Okay.
I won a dog whistle 2 times.
Can't hear it.
It's a silent auction. Dog whistles are silent. Okay. Anyways. Phoenix said, how's a wallet like an onion?
Don't you cry when you open it?
Every time I open it, I cry. Matt said, why'd the chicken go to KFC? To destroy everything. What's the difference between this bod? What's the difference between a man's wallet before and after kids?
Nothing. I don't know.
There's pictures where the money used to be. Matt said, what is the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
I heard.
I know, he gave us this one before, and this one's good. I should remember this one.
One's a little lighter and one's a little
Yeah,
heavier,
one is extremely heavy and the other's a little lighter. Phoenix said, which vegetable has the best kung fu? Broccoli. Can a frog jump higher than a house?
I don't know.
Of course, a house can't jump.
Okay.
I was going to try an almond diet,
Okay.
but that's just nuts.
Okay.
No 2 mimes from France. What? Wait, did I mess up your joke? Oh, I said 2 times. Okay. Sorry, I went to a silent auction. I won a dog whistle and 2 mimes.
Oh.
So everything the Phoenix won was silent. Got it now. I butchered that. That's on me. Matt said, why was the bee's hair sticky? Because it used a honeycomb. That one got an audible reaction out of Mom. Wow, that was rapid fire, though.
Oh, it's wow.
Felt like the Micro Machines man there. I'm getting tore up. Thankfully, I don't have the problems you guys have with them. No, don't let Bod see the bird poop on your car because he thinks the cars are always clean. I like that one, bud. I gotta wait for her to come back to share these. Dark is fine for sure, just not, I would say, not adult themed, if that makes sense. Um, Matt said, did you know there are more planes in the ocean than there are submarines in the air?
Mm-hmm.
That's plain to see.
Mm-hmm.
Bod hasn't spoken to his wife in 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, he thought it'd be rude to interrupt her. That means the world to me. I like that. That's dark, but completely within the realm of usable, Phoenix. What's the hardest tea to swallow? Reality. Makes sense. Why the employee he took a day off. I was raised as the only child. Drove my sister. I got to use that one on my sister. I definitely have to use that one because she is always yelling at my mom that I am the favorite. So that one I'm going to definitely steal. But I'm going to ask that you guys table any future ones besides the ones that Phoenix just dropped so I can share them with Mama and possibly Son, because I have now lost everybody. They've all gone away because it is wrap Son up and get to bed so I can get him to camp time. So, never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. I like that one. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need one to go skydiving twice. That is very, very, very true. It's not easy being a mom, otherwise dads would do it. Tell that to seahorses. Okay. Both of those are good, man. But I do appreciate you guys. I do have to get Son wrapped because if I don't go in, he tells Mama, Dada didn't come in, blah, blah, blah. And so I will be back tomorrow, and it is starting to rain. I'll be darned. Not heavy, but I'm getting hit. These are just pop-up storms that just keep coming out of nowhere. It's fun stuff. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking back. Bod, Matt, love the conversation. Glad you enjoyed tonight, Phoenix. We will catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty hot and miserable day, but it's not supposed to be raining. So we should be back out front and back doing our thing. I think Mama wants to mow, so we'll definitely be out tomorrow. But back at it tomorrow morning for the commute to camp and at least the pickup. But sweet dreams, everybody. Have a good night, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care. Everyone won. I'll be honest with you, and I'll end it on this. I think I won because I got all the jokes and I got to read them, and thankfully only butcher one of them. So I do apologize on that, Phoenix. And now all the people walking by think I'm completely crazy talking to my phone. I will let you guys be the judge of who won if you guys want to make it a competition amongst yourself. But I thought, again, there's too much material for me to remember. I'm going with we're all winners because we all shared in it. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care.